Welcome to the Explainer. So today we're diving into literally one of the most nerve-wracking situations you can ever face on the road. We're talking about those high-stakes moments during a traffic stop when an officer asks for your ID and, well, things just don't go according to plan. We're going to break down the legal mechanics, the exact wording you need to use, and the logic behind all of it, straight from our source guide. Let's get right into it.
Picture this. You're driving along, totally minding your own business, and suddenly, bam! Those flashing red and blue lights pop up in your rearview mirror. Your heart rate immediately spikes, right? You pull over safely, the officer walks up to your window and asks for your license and registration. You reach for your wallet, and it's just not there. Or maybe it's a different situation. Maybe you know exactly what's going on, and you know your license is currently suspended. So what do you do? What do you actually say? Because let me tell you, every single word matters here.
To figure this all out, we really need to look at the massive legal difference between a simple forgotten wallet and a high-stakes suspended license. Our source material breaks this down into two very distinct categories. Scenario 13 is when you're driving without a license on you, or maybe you just don't have a valid one at all. Scenario 14, though, that's an entirely different beast, driving on a suspended license. Today we're going to ride what we're calling the stakes escalator. We'll start at a manageable mistake and climb all the way up to a potential felony, mapping out exactly how your strategy has to shift at every single step.
Okay, let's dive into this with Scenario 13, the license dilemma.
If you just left your wallet on the kitchen counter, it really helps to understand the chain of thought happening right then inside the patrol car. When an officer pulls you over, they aren't just taking your word for things. Their dispatch systems are, honestly, incredibly advanced. They can verify your license status remotely just by running your plates or plugging in your name and date of birth. A quick records query instantly pops up your true driving history. Because of this, trying any sort of misrepresentation immediately compounds your situation. Faking your identity is literally the worst move you can make because, well, the technology is going to catch you.
So if you genuinely have a valid license but just forgot the physical card, honesty is absolutely your best policy. Our source gives us this exact script, and it's brilliant because it's just so simple. You just say, "Officer, I apologize, I have a valid license but did not bring it with me today." It's polite, it's cooperative, and it tells the officer exactly what to expect when they run your info through their computer. You know, you're giving them the truth before the screen does.
But okay, what if you're in the other camp? What if you simply don't possess a license at all? Well, the honesty strategy still holds up. The secondary script you want to use is, "Officer, I do not have a valid driver's license." Look, in most states, driving without a valid license is a misdemeanor. That is serious, for sure, but admitting this truth right off the bat prevents further criminal escalation. You give them your basic identity, and then you stop talking.
The absolute crucial takeaway here is understanding the grave danger of misrepresentation. If you hand over false identification, give a fake name, or try to pass off a fraudulent document, you're taking a standard misdemeanor charge and literally pouring gasoline on it. You are stacking entirely new layers of criminal charges onto what was just a routine traffic stop. The officer will find out through dispatch, and your legal situation is going to turn into an absolute disaster in a matter of seconds.
Which brings us to Scenario 14, the high stakes.
We are now stepping way up the escalator, and I really need you to focus closely here, because this marks a sharp, dangerous jump in the legal stakes. Driving on a suspended license is a criminal offense in all 50 states, ranging anywhere from a misdemeanor all the way up to a felony. This is no longer just a minor traffic infraction or a simple administrative oops. Depending on why your license was suspended in the first place and your prior history, you're staring down very real, very severe criminal consequences.
Because the stakes are this high, your behavior has to be incredibly disciplined. Step 1, pull over safely and comply fully with all physical instructions. Step 2, mentally prepare yourself for the fact that, in most states, this results in a mandatory citation and, honestly, very often an actual arrest. And Step 3, prepare to invoke your right to remain silent. The physical compliance is completely mandatory, but your words, those need to be guarded like gold.
Now there's a specific nuance we need to cover. Sometimes people are driving on a suspended license and they genuinely have no idea. Maybe it was an administrative suspension over like an unpaid toll or some forgotten paperwork issue. If you are genuinely caught off guard, here's the exact phrasing you should use. "Officer, I was not aware my license had been suspended. I will address this immediately." This is key because it acknowledges the officer's statement but absolutely avoids admitting willful guilt. It shows you completely lack the criminal intent of knowingly driving on a suspended license.
But what if you did know? What if you knew you were suspended, but you drove anyway? This right here brilliantly illustrates your ultimate legal defense strategy. You provide your minimal identification, and then you instantly deploy this phrase, "I'd like to speak with an attorney," before answering any additional questions. Boom! You have to lock down your legal rights instantly. Do not make excuses. Do not explain where you were going. And definitely do not say you only drove because it was an emergency. Just lock it down.
Let's break down the chain of thought reasoning for why silence is absolutely mandatory in this scenario. Because suspended driving triggers frequent arrests, anything you say is going to be used against you. Any extra information you volunteer goes far beyond basic identity and basically just starts doing the prosecution's job for them. For example, our source points out that in states like New Jersey and Illinois, a second offense for driving on a suspended license can actually result in felony charges. And when felony charges are on the table, silence is absolutely your best and really your only legal shield.
All right, let's bring this all together and look at the stakes escalators side by side. Under Scenario 13, for having no license on you, your legal status is usually a misdemeanor. Your core strategy is the honesty protocol. You tell the truth, and the officer verifies it via dispatch. Simple enough. But under Scenario 14, for a suspended license, the whole shebang escalates. The legal status jumps to a serious criminal offense. So your strategy has to shift completely to the silence and counsel protocol, because the officer's action shifts from simple verification to a mandatory citation, or even putting you in handcuffs.
Which brings us to our final thought. Knowledge is your absolute best defense, but only if you practice it before you actually need it. So ask yourself, if those red and blue lights flash in your rearview mirror tonight, do you know exactly what you're going to say? I really hope this explainer has empowered you with the precise structure and language you need to protect your future. Thanks for joining us, and hey, stay safe out there.